Here's the problem with my bedroom styling right now. It doesn't feel like my own cozy retreat yet. A bedroom should feel like an oasis, like an escape from the harsh, unforgiving desert that is the outside world. And my bedroom isn't quite there yet. She's in the beginning stages of looking pretty. I just haven't put in the effort that she deserves. Even though I've been living in this apartment for several months now, this bedroom still kind of feels like a hotel. Like it hasn't fully felt like mine yet. So in this video, I'm going to fix that, and I'm gonna make this bedroom more stylish and, more importantly, make it feel like it's mine, so that when I roll into bed every night, I feel that sense of comfort and belonging that a bedroom should evoke. And if you're new here, my name is Steffi, and this is Hilo. And on this channel, I talk about apartment styling, cozy things, and the joys of living alone. So if you're into that, consider subscribing. So first, I'm going to show you what the bedroom is looking like right now, because since my last bedroom styling video, I've made a couple fun changes that I want to show you. Then once you're all caught up, I'm going to take you along for this next phase of my bedroom styling process. Are you ready to start styling this bedroom with me, Hilo? That's what I thought. She said yes, I swear. So this is what the bedroom is looking like now. And as you can see, the two new things since my last bedroom styling video are these two mirrors. Just these two mirrors alone, they've added so much to the overall look of this bedroom. They definitely open up the space, as mirrors tend to do. And especially this one, which is from Wayfair, it really just adds the illusion that this is a bigger bedroom than it is. And I love the like chic arch thing going on. There's something about an arch that I just think is very stylish looking, you know, and definitely adds some visual interest to the space. And then the other new mirror that I got is this one from World Market. It's this sort of vintagey, like Baroque style look. And I definitely love what it's doing for the desk area overall. Like I've said before, I mainly use my desk as a vanity, not really a workspace. So this is my area where I do my hair and makeup every morning. So just functionally speaking, that's the main reason why I wanted a mirror right here. And I just love this little like embellishment, you know. This is definitely a little bit of a dupe for the Anthropologie Primrose mirror. It's a similar look for a much lower price. So I definitely recommend this if you are attracted to that Anthropologie Primrose mirror that we all love and covet so much, or at least I do. And then I got these pretty little things from World Market as well, these two vases. This is a candle that I just consistently buy at Target, but the florals and the vases are World Market. This lamp is Target, and this vase is Pottery Barn. I've had it for years, so Pottery Barn doesn't sell it anymore. And these florals were Pier 1 back when they existed. I don't like to talk about the demise of Pier 1. So yeah, this is what my desk is looking like. And other than the additional little desk styling and the two new mirrors, nothing else has really changed. Right, Hilo? Nothing else has really changed in here since my last bedroom styling video. So in terms of next steps for this phase of my bedroom styling process, what I want to accomplish is wall art for above the bed. I want to do some console table styling with some wall art, hopefully, as part of that styling picture. And then eventually I would really like to get a floor lamp in here, maybe to put there, or maybe in this corner. I'm not totally sure. I probably won't have that by the time I post this video, but I guess just keep in mind that I would really like to have more of a substantial light source in here, because right now I just have these two desk lamps. So that is the plan for this next phase in the bedroom styling process. The first thing I'm gonna do is the wall art above the bed. I'm going to hang these black and white floral pieces, which I took down because I'm going to be putting wallpaper up on that wall. So I'm hoping that these look good above the bed. They might be too tall, but it's a really high ceiling, so they might actually work. So let's get started with that. Okay, so far so good. Now it's time to do the other two. Right, Hilo? This is so exciting, right? These are from the command strips. I use command strips to hang up my wall art. Just a super helpful, apartment-friendly. Hilo is getting really worked up. But yeah, it's a renter-friendly way to hang art without holes in the wall, you know? Okay, so now two are up, and I'm feeling like they need to come down like an inch. First of all, I'm feeling optimistic about how they're looking. I just think I need to bring them down just a little bit. God damn it. I don't know, I feel like they just need to feel a bit more integrated with the headboard. Whereas right now they're just maybe slightly on their own little island. What the hell am I supposed to do? Honestly, I'm having a crisis over a couple inches. See what I mean? I don't know. They might just be a little too high. I don't want to do this again. Okay, to hell with it. I am gonna go ahead and redo this. It's so close. We're talking about an inch or two. And basically what I'm thinking is ideally, I want the amount of space between them horizontally to be similar to the space vertically here, you know? So then the grid of space between the pieces is the same vertically and horizontally. You know what I mean? All right, here we go. Okay, see, I think this is much better. This is the new spot, and this one I haven't moved down yet. See how that seems to just integrate with the headboard more? Now it feels like they're telling a story together. You know, they're talking to each other rather than feeling like two separate visual stories. See, I think this will look much better. So I'm gonna bring this one down and then I'll hang the third one. Okay, much better. Very exhausting because I actually had to rehang this one a couple times and I'm dripping in sweat. This is really hard being a short girly. I'm pretty good at eyeballing and getting things straight, but when I'm dealing with the height, it makes me rue the day I was born short. Okay, so now it's time for the third one. Right, Hilo? Are you ready? Okay, let's do this. Okay, so I'm actually really digging this. I think that it's the right height now, and the gutters are like almost perfectly spaced. So not too bad, Steph, not too bad. I mean, it might not be strictly mathematically perfect, but you know what? This is good enough for me, especially when I'm dripping in sweat and I think I might have caused myself a minor back injury. Now I am going to figure out the styling for this situation. I can no longer speak English because I'm too tired. And you know what? I think I'm gonna take a break. There's only so many brain cells a girl can burn before she just has to stop. I might actually just pick this up tomorrow. I don't know. Either way, next up is console table styling and figuring out the wall art here. And then after that, I'll be able to have some clarity on what else needs to happen next, you know? But for now, I hear my bottle of brandy calling to me. So it's time for my nightly brandy. I think I've earned it. But first I need to give Hilo some love, apparently. She's so worked up over this whole ordeal. Is this exciting? Is this exciting? See, she gets just as worked up about styling as her mother, right? So now I am starting the console table styling. And right now I am trying to decide if I want to use any of these pieces. I am not really sure right now what I'm gonna do and whether or not I'm going to wanna get maybe some new wall art. But for now, I really am just trying to style with the stuff that I already own. So I've laid out all the wall art that I have that isn't currently hanging up. And I'm just imagining what various combinations could work here. On one hand, I can just keep it simple and just do like a simple thing like these two pieces. And then the other thing I'm considering is to do potentially like a music themed wall. I'm not totally sure if I want this wall to have any theme, you know? I might not want to go that hard, you know what I mean? I mean, at the same time, I really do want to hang my precious Fiona Apple, Beck, and Poe pieces. But again, I'm not sure if I want like one wall dedicated to them. Like I might want them spread out throughout the apartment. So that's kind of what I'm grappling with. There's also my listen to the wind blow, watch the sunrise piece, Fleetwood Mac. And then I have these two random little guys. These are actually clippings from Aritzia shopping bags. Like a few years ago in my studio, I cut these images from the Aritzia shopping bags that I had and just framed them because I liked the look. So those are possibilities as well. And then once I have the wall art kind of figured out, then I can decorate around it. Oh, I just realized I didn't point this out. I moved that from the living room. I'm not sure if I'm gonna want this to be there, but I do like the drama that it's bringing, and I do like the height too, so we'll see. So I really am considering a gallery wall situation. I'm not sure if I want to put myself through that because gallery walls are a pain in the ass and they're really tricky to get right. But I don't know, part of me does want to do the music theme. I mean, it really would be a strong statement, you know? What I'm thinking is Beck would be right there, most likely just on the console table leaning just like that. And then Poe and Fiona Apple would be stacked just like so, right there on that piece of wall. And then that would leave a chunk of space right here to be filled by something, and I know not what. So the question is, do I want to put in the hard labor of doing a gallery wall? And to be frank, I also just have this video to consider. It is currently a Saturday and my videos go up on Sundays. So if I want to get this video done by tomorrow, I might not want to go hog wild with the wall art styling. I think I might do simple for now. And then maybe for another video, attempt the music theme gallery wall. Okay, I think that's a sensible plan. But you know, I have to admit my styling senses are tingling, but I'm gonna resist. All right, so I tried something and it's not working. I just had to get it out of my system. I thought potentially this faux eucalyptus tree that I have in the living room could potentially fill the space right here. It's just definitely not, definitely not working. It is a monstrosity in that spot. So I'm gonna move it back to the living room, which by the way, I was gonna keep it in the living room. I was just thinking maybe I could get a second one if this works, but clearly it doesn't, so moving along. So this is from the living room, and I do intend to keep it in the living room, but I'm thinking about getting another one from World Market because I'm really liking it here. And I'm liking how it's coordinating with the bedspread. And I think my styling assistant agrees. So I think a lot of what I'm doing here, since I am only working with stuff that I currently own and not working with new things that I bought specifically for this console table, what I'm doing is experimenting with different things, even if they're going to be moved back to a different spot in the apartment, you know? It's really just to see what could work and what might not work. And I'm feeling like this vase is working, especially with the color palette of this bedroom. Right, Hilo? It looks good, doesn't it? It matches your beautiful eyes. Kind of. So it's very clear that something has to go here. I can't move the console table over and center it according to this wall because it is centered with the bed. You know what I mean? The bed is anchoring the console table. And if I moved it over, then it would look disjointed and not really like in harmony with each other, you know? So something has to go here to just sort of fill that space. And obviously the faux eucalyptus tree is not gonna work, so let's try a couple more things. So I think I'm liking what the pampas grass is doing here. It's bringing a softness to the overall picture, which is a nice contrast to the industrial style of the console table. So yeah, some interesting contrast happening here. I wish that these weren't reflecting so intensely. You can't really see them very well. Let me go to the other side. Yeah. It's starting to take shape. So now what needs to happen is just some little details like candles and any other little decorative objects I can wrangle up. And then we'll see what it looks like from there. Okay, so now a picture is starting to form, a visual story, if you will. And as you can see, I'm using my Death Note manga to sort of help me decide like the height at which I want to put them. And I'm thinking I want it about 6 Death Notes high. And yes, I acknowledge that I am basically just copying the arrangement that I had above my TV in my studio apartment. This was definitely inadvertent on my part, but I just realized that, yeah, I stumbled into basically just doing that same thing. But you know, I am a creature of habit, almost pathologically so. So with that acknowledged, onward. All right, so this is what I'm working with right now. And again, this is just using decor that I already own. So this will probably evolve as I potentially buy new decor. And I'm liking it. I think it's first of all, it's really nice to have this area styled now. Like, it'll be nice to go to bed at night and not be staring at a blank wall and a lonely console table. And what's kind of fun is this turned out a little more witchy than I thought it would. Leave it to me to accidentally do the witchy thing. And I'm also just liking the sort of layers, like the florals layered in front of the pictures with a little bit of overlap, maybe a little too much overlap in this case, but you know, I'm just gonna roll with it. And when I was using my Death Note manga to measure the height that I wanted to hang these, I realized that, you know what, I have 3 extra mangas aside from the ones on my coffee table, so why not have some more Death Note in this apartment? There's really no such thing as too much Death Note, which is a little known design principle. And yeah, with this console table styling, I can say that my bedroom, at least this version of it, this iteration, is done. Next up, I thought I would take a question, specifically a bedroom styling question from one of you, and answer it, sort of like an advice column kind of thing, you know, like a Dear Steffi or Dear Moda situation. So this question comes from Celia White. So in response to my YouTube community post, Celia White asks, I struggle with balancing coziness. I have lots of books and prefer a dark, moody atmosphere with spooky decor all year round, with having a space that is easy to maintain and calming. You seem to have that in your bedroom, so please share your thoughts. I will happily share my thoughts, Celia, because, you know, it is kind of this delicate balance we have to walk. You know, when we're attracted to lots of cozy layers and items like books and creating more of a dark, dramatic atmosphere, like if that's our style, which that's my style as well, there's a fine line between intentional drama and accidental chaos. It's a matter of navigating how you assert your style while still keeping things chill. So here are some of my tips for creating the calm in the storm of your style. Oh man, Celia, you have the poetry just spewing out of me. So the first styling tool that you can use is repetition. This is one of those tips that I have said so many times in my videos, but I am such a firm believer in it because repetition of colors, textures, subject matter, whatnot, repetition of these things creates cohesiveness. For example, let's say you have an accent color of orange in your space. Repeat that accent color as many times as you please. Repeat it in accent pillows, repeat it in throws, repeat it in art. Just find ways, even just subtle little ways, to repeat that accent color. And then you'll find that it just creates a sense of cohesiveness. And cohesiveness creates calmness. The next thing I suggest is to distinguish between mindful styling and mindless clutter. Clutter creates chaos. In the battle of aesthetics, clutter always defeats style. You can have the most beautifully styled bedroom, but if there's clutter everywhere, or even just a little bit of clutter, even just like a corner of clutter, clutter distracts from the beauty that you're creating with your styling. So I say definitely avoid clutter at all costs. And to keep clutter at a minimum in your bedroom, I suggest you just employ a very good storage situation. For my storage tips, I recommend you watch this video. It was in my last apartment where storage was a nightmare, but we found some ways. So I definitely recommend you watch this video if you want to delve more into some storage ideas. But basically, I just suggest keeping clutter at a minimum. The absence of clutter will create calm. And speaking of creating a calming atmosphere in your bedroom, my next tip is that lighting is everything. Lighting really will make or break the sense of calm, cozy vibes in a bedroom or any room, honestly. Lighting is paramount. You definitely want to create that, you know, ambiance, the mood, you know? You want to be able to walk into your bedroom and just feel that like serenity wash over you. And lighting plays a big role in creating that serenity. And for God's sake, never turn on the overhead light. Keep your hand off that light switch. I swear the overhead light creates so much just ugliness in a space. I actually showed in one of my past studio apartment videos, I showed the difference between what my studio looked like when it was lit with just lamps and, you know, pretty lighting versus what it looked like with just the overhead lights on. And that very vividly displays just how big of a role lighting plays in how pretty a space looks and also how relaxing it feels. And then my last tip for creating the sense of calmness in a bedroom amidst maybe a lot of visual stimuli of your styling is to just simply listen to your gut about things. Like, if something feels harmonious, your gut's gonna feel it. And then on the other side, if something feels if you feel friction around a styling choice, definitely listen to that. I think sometimes we try to convince ourselves that we like something because it cost money, it took time, maybe it involved some hard work. I mean, whatever it is, I feel like sometimes we don't really listen to ourselves when inside we are screaming like,
this isn't working in this space.
But we stubbornly are like,
no, it is working, I swear.
You know, we don't want to feel like we've made a mistake, but mistakes are part of any creative process, and the styling process is no exception. So the trick is to really just listen to what your gut is telling you, because it'll tell you everything. So Celia and anyone else this may apply to, I hope this helped. I hope none of these felt too basic, but sometimes we kind of have to go back to basics and remind ourselves of just the simplest concepts. I certainly need to be reminded of a lot of very simple concepts. But yeah, I hope this helped, because I think everyone deserves to have a calming oasis of a bedroom. So definitely keep these things in mind as you're styling your bedroom. Now it's time for this week's cozy recommendation, and this one might be the sexiest thing you've ever seen in your life, and I'm gonna go put it on for you. So this beautiful cozy monstrosity is this week's cozy recommendation. This is something my brother got me for Christmas this year, and it has one of my favorite One Piece characters on it, Chopper. See, look how cute he is. See, I told you this was gonna be extremely sexy, so calm down. Keep it in your pants. So, is it kind of ugly? Yes. But is it extremely soft and cozy? Hell yes. Like, have you ever wondered what it would feel like to live inside a fluffy marshmallow? That's what this feels like. So I definitely recommend one of these for just wearing around the apartment. My brother got this from Eversodo is what it's called? Yes, Eversodo. I will link to their website below. They have all kinds of colors and patterns, and they definitely have a lot of like sort of nerdy weeb stuff, you know? So if you're an anime fan like I am, there's definitely a lot of options there. And it's a very comforting, lovely experience. You can just kind of tuck yourself up in a ball and disappear from the world. I feel like I'm incubating. And the key thing here is that the inside, this material is so soft. Almost as soft as Hilo. Seriously, it feels so nice against the skin. And yeah, it's very comforting. As someone who struggles with crippling anxiety, something like this just feels nice. The downside to this, at least for me, as someone who runs very, very hot in terms of body temperature, I can last in this thing for maybe 5 minutes before I start sweating. So its coziness is that powerful. So if you too want to walk around your apartment looking irresistibly sexy, then definitely check out Eversodo and their wearable blankets. Now I really do need to change out of this because I truly am sweating already. Now it's time for this week's inspiring Instagram of the week. And this one is utterly pretty. It's I-Tam I2. I-Tam I2. This home is the perfect example of a cozy retreat. And going along with the sort of theme of today's video, which is creating a relaxing, cozy oasis for yourself, I-Tam I2 does just that with her home. And you know, earlier I was talking about the use of repetition, creating a sense of cohesiveness in a space, and I-Tam I2 demonstrates that very well. In her case, it's the repetition of warm browns paired with beige and whites, and that's just a recipe for good vibes, and that creates cohesiveness and coziness. Cohesiveness and coziness. And her bedroom in particular definitely exemplifies this idea of a cozy oasis. I mean, it really does look like this cozy retreat. There's practically an effing flower blooming from her ceiling. Like, the vibes don't get better than that. So I definitely think her bedroom, her entire home, but her bedroom in particular, really showcases what today's video is kind of all about. And one thing I really love about her bedroom is she has a workspace integrated into the bedroom, which is a common thing that us apartment dwellers have to do, is we have to have our desk basically right next to our bed because most of us can't have like dedicated office areas like they do in the mythical suburbs I hear so much about. So yeah, if you have ever wondered how to make a workspace look good in a bedroom, I-Tam I2 does it very well. And there is a lot of inspiration to glean from her space. Every time it comes up on my feed, I swoon. Her lighting game is also beautiful. I love her use of the orb lamps. They create like such a mood in the space, and they look like pretty little celestial beings just hanging around in the space. I also love her little squiggly mirror. That's a trend I've seen a lot out there, is this squiggly style mirror. I love that. I think it's just cool looking, like a cool little blob mirror. So anyway, as you can see, I-Tam I2 is definitely inspiring me in real time as we speak. And she really is one of my favorite Instagram accounts out there. So definitely give her a follow. Of course, I will link to her account in the description. She'll definitely add so much prettiness and coziness to your feed. And it's like an elegant coziness, you know? I could just go on and on. And if you're in the mood for more cozy inspiration, I definitely recommend you watch this video next. It's all about creating a cozy hygge experience in your apartment, not just aesthetically, but also experientially. So watch this one next for some serious cozy inspo.